Hello, hi, good morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Jim. We listen to music, because that's what we do. Now, as you probably am well aware by the title of this video, we are continuing with the saga that is The Deer Hunter. This is The Deer Hunter Act 2. The meaning of and all things regarding misleading. Misleading. Clever, isn't it? This is a request again by Andrew Clark. Andrew, thank you very, very much. You are very excited to hear more of The Deer Hunter. As am I, as is most people actually. As are most people. If you missed the first episode, don't worry too much because it is the first part of a 6-piece story, as in it's spread across 6 albums. The first one was basically just setting it all up, so it was an introduction. The concept is it's a story of the boy, the deer hunter, and the story begins in the turn of the century, between the 19th and 20th century. He is born to Ms. Terry, who turns out to be a prostitute, and it's the story about his background, about how he grows up a little bit, and her escaping from the city, escaping from her life of sexual servitude, because she's a prostitute, and it ends with like an orchestra tuning up, and I've been told that is how it should then lead into Act 2, which is where we are now. Now, I have also been told quite, not forcefully, that's not right, but quite sort of with encouragement, that I ought to read up on the backstory about this, because it does get quite complicated. So I'm going to share this with you now. This is a subreddit, and it's something that's written for all the acts, but we'll go through it one by one so we won't get ahead of ourselves. This is Act 2, the meaning of and all things regarding misleading. This was released in May 2007. The concept. Immediately we kick off with Miss Terry's death and the boy burying her. After pondering his existence, the boy sets out for the city to make his own way in the world. On the train, that's the Delphi Express, he meets the oracles from Act 1 who warn him not to continue on this track. Like the naive boy he is, he ignores their warning. The boy finds his way to the Dime, where he meets Misleading, a prostitute. 2 songs in, and they do the dirty. He wakes up in the morning after losing his virginity, feeling like a champ, and runs into the priest/pimp. The priest/pimp tells the boy that if he wants to stay, he has to get a job. So the boy literally drives Misleading around to her different clients. The boy has no idea that Misleading is a prostitute, so he enjoys the job. Until one day, she leaves something in the car, and he goes into the house to give it back to her. And lo and behold, she's there with some other random dude. The boy freaks out and lashes out at her. Initially, he apologises, but then runs off and gets drunk. He writes a strongly worded letter, and then some more sad letters after that. Deciding he's done with the city, he ships off to enlist with the Allies in World War I. And that is the synopsis, the story of this act. We have quite a lot of songs spread over this album. By the way, I cannot name who it is because they want to remain anonymous. This was donated. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much. These records are as rare as hen's teeth, so trying to get hold of one was going to be nigh on impossible, but it was sent to me. And I know you don't want to be named, so I won't, but truly, thank you so much for this. Right, so let's go through what we have on here. We have the death and the birth, the procession, the lake and the river, and the oracles on the Delphi Express, the church and the dime. Then we have a 3-piece suite, not like you have in the front room. The bittersweet it's called. It's meeting Misleading, through the dime, and embrace. We have Smiling Swine, Evicted, Blood of the Rose, Red Hands, Where the Road Parts, Dear Misleading, Black Sandy Beaches, Vital Vessel Vindicates. Now, it doesn't say on here, I don't know if you can see that, whether it's focused for you, But there is no side associated with all these different pieces. So I think they're just going to be sort of not randomly, but fairly just evenly spread over the sides, and they'll be where they are. So I really don't know what we're going to hear. I know what order we're going to listen to stuff in, because we're going to play the record in order, but where these pieces land on the different sides, I don't know. So we'll just work through it. We'll work through it. The other thing I would just point out is absolutely useless, but there are lyrics. They're printed in very small black writing on a very busy photograph, and they are practically impossible to read. So I can't. Even with my glasses on, I can't. It's too much hard work. So I won't be reading those, but we will be listening to the music. And we know what the story is, so I think should be able to follow it as we go along. Right. With that all said, that preamble, let's get on. Here we go. Got that sort of Mars Volta feeling to it again. It's too hard to read. It is ever so much like the Mars Volta, but on a pivot. The Mars Volta leans into chaotic. This is leaning just on the right side of being structured and organised. I think we're probably onto the second track now. Third track, actually, The Lake and the River. That's really cool.
His leaves were bold extremities with great control. Wasted alone, he died alone. You'll believe what you're meant to believe. In the hands of ghosts, whoever responsible. Wait to see what you're meant to see. The veil lifts when you expose your soul.
I love the way he bends his voice up. That's so cool, that bit.
But the right hand takes the left, and the seas upset with the sky. So we press on, press on, press on, press on. In spite of the space, loneliness is a knife. When the world rolls on its side, and the minds are fed. Don't you know that happiness is a knife? When the world rolls on its
Right. I think this must be the oracles on the Delphi Express. Getting faster. Train.
Stick with us, throw your morals out the door.
I love it. It's just so musical. It is absolutely fantastic.
You've been stuck in the middle of patience and animosity, with a lust for solidity and a cryptic history. Your luck's running thin.
On to another piece. Wonder if this is the church and the dime. Oh, it's fading out. Oh, I don't know what it was. Maybe because the Church and the Dime has got some lyrics. Maybe that's just the end of that piece. Right. This is rather fab, isn't it? I kind of knew it was going to be. All the elements were in place on that first record, and it is proving to be that and more. Yeah, this is great. And I love it. It's like a high concept of the story being told across many, many records. It's fabulous. I love that. Absolutely love that. And it genuinely, you know, when people talk about concept albums, you have like The Wall, or you have what was it, The Dark Side of the Moon. You know, it's a concept album. This is a concept series of albums. It's fantastic. It's such a clever idea, such a good idea, and a really quite compelling story. I really enjoy the musicality of this, and kind of what I mean by that is that it's a bit like my brain, that when I like to listen to lots of different sorts of music, and I'm guessing, I can tell by how they're playing music that these musicians are not just comfortable or happy to sit in one little genre and say, this is what we do, this is what we do, this is what we do. No, they are going to say, we like this music, we like this music, we're going to bring it all together and do different things with different styles and mix it all up and have it presented back to the audience in this sort of digestible, tasty way. Oh, fabulous. We have more, much more to listen to. I'll see you all in the next video, whenever and whatever that is. Until then, this is Jim, over and